And I knew that I was going to be busy like this last weekend, like with non-work things that I meal prepped for 2 weeks and I froze half of it.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
And so that's what I did. Um, but yeah, just everything's just busy the holiday time. And then
Are you taking a break at all?
we have next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. But up until then, it's all go time. Like I normally don't work Monday, so we're working this coming Monday
Mm-hmm.
to kind of buffer the difference for being
Yeah, mate.
closed for Thanksgiving.
Mm. Have you planned anything for Thanksgiving? Do you have anything on?
No, it's actually my husband's birthday, so we're gonna
On
go.
Thanksgiving?
Well, the day after, so we're
Oh,
gonna
okay.
go.
Might as
Go
well.
out to dinner. I'll have a free meal along with
Hell yeah.
Thanksgiving meal.
2 for 1.
Yep.
Yeah, just gotta make sure to let the restaurants know it's his birthday. Get that free cake.
I did when I made the reservation, actually.
Mm-mm. That's good. All right. All right. Anybody have anything that you wanted to go over or any topics?
I kind of have a random question.
Yeah, man.
So, because I knew that I was going to be busy Sunday and Monday, so I had everything prepared. However, I basically, because Coach Taylor kind of has me on like, I want to say 3 meals with snacks kind of scenario or something before my workout.
Yeah.
So, being that I was so busy, I didn't get the normal meals in. So, I basically packed in got all my calories in and my numbers, but it was in like two kind of big meals as
Okay.
opposed to kind of spread out. So, my question is, and again, it's one of those things I need to stop focusing on the number of the scale because it's a little bit different than what I normally. And sorry, my dog's chewing his toy.
Nah, okay.
But um, I feel like because I crammed it, and I did this 2 days in a row. So I crammed in two big meals with all my calories still
Mm.
under, but within like 2 meals, I feel like I'm holding on to water weight.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like number one, the stress of you not eating in your routine can make you hold water too. Having 2 meals closer together as well, it's just like your body's gonna take longer to digest. That should be like number one thing that you need to 100% get off your mind, right? Like you can't be spending any extra energy on the fact that you weigh heavier because you had an off day.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's going to be the same thing as when you go to the Thanksgiving dinner and birthday for your partner, right? You're going to hold
Mm-hmm.
on to it. Like, don't even look at it. Like,
Okay.
don't spend even a second of it. Spend a second of whatever your thought process is on the next day. What do I do now? You know, what are the things that I can do in place for it to be good again? You know, you don't need to necessarily have to combat that and do anything more. You kind of just have to go back into routine.
Okay.
Yeah, no stress at all. It's a pretty, I would say, common thing that happens because obviously you're trying to lose weight, so you're constantly looking at the scale go down, and when it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't go down, it kind of bothers you. But yeah, you have to just get past that. Like for example, like one of my clients, Ron, he's in the call now. He's not talking because he's heading for work, but he goes on vacations with his family. He's just came out of being sick for like 2 weeks. Like he's gotten to a point where he doesn't even give a shit what the weight goes up to, like in
Mm.
terms of how much water he holds. And he just got back this week, and we just checked his average weight, and what did he drop down? Like 2 what is
Uh,
it?
I'm telling you, bro. I mean, I was like that at first too, because I was like, hey, I was always telling Coach Steven, I was like, I hope, I gotta trust the system. I gotta trust the system. But like now, I don't really care. Say, I went up 214 last week, and now I'm back down to 212. So, just keep doing what you're doing, man. You'll be fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, when we look at it over a long term, which is what our health is, we never look at our health at like a week or two. We look at it over a long term, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, 1 week or 2 weeks or even a month of you being the same weight or you gaining a little bit of weight over a whole year, it's not going to count. It's really not going to really affect anything. So yeah, it's just about overall. What are we doing overall, right? Yeah. So don't pay attention to that as well. Even when you get to a comfortable position and you are like, let's just say you have your goal body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you go out to eat, you're still going to gain weight. Doesn't matter if you have your goal body or not. So you have to be comfortable and know that you are building skill sets, right? You're building knowledge, you're building skill sets to know that even if you did blow out or you ate a shit ton of calories, you know how to bring yourself back to normal if you wanted, right? Yeah, you're not letting your emotions control how much food you eat.
Got it.
Yeah, cool. Let me just answer to this guy here. Did you also by any chance get a chance to time your nightly routines?
I've been so busy. I've just been taking my ass to bed like a whole hour and a half early. I haven't even timed it. My ass is
that's
in the bed.
good. You might as well. I mean, you don't really have to do it if you actually are going to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But because I think I saw Augustus, he was doing the whole lap thing. I was like, no, I'm tired. This is the season where we're crazy. So
yeah. Well, honestly, if you don't have problems sleeping, it's not an issue at all. This is for like people getting 4 hours of sleep, 5 hours, right?
I'm usually in the 5 to 6 window, 5 to 6 hour. My problem is I wake up a lot throughout the night to go pee.
Yes, that's actually one of the topics I have here too. So maybe you should listen in that area. So it's good. Yeah. Because that does create a very big stuff up because that turns your sleep into fragmented sleep. So you're actually not getting any restful sleep even though you're in bed early. All right. I will start in about, give maybe 2 more minutes for everyone and then I'll get started on this. Let's see.
I got a win to share with the team.
Go for it, Lane.
So I was selected. So I'm active duty. I was selected as an alternate to go and compete in like our big arena thing in Florida. So I was at 197 when I joined the program. Now I'm down to about 187, and so going to compete second week of December to rep the Space Force.
Oh my
So
God.
appreciate all the coaching and help.
That's
Luckily
sick,
I came
dude.
just in time. So really, it's been awesome.
Yeah. Wait, what day? When is that? When are you going to actually compete?
So it'll be December 7th and the 8th. And then
Nice.
followed, we have Space Power Conference the next 2 days. And then we'll meet our like big chief of space operations on Thursday to kind of, hey, congratulate everybody for repping your specific bases. So super cool.
Sick, man. Man, what an opportunity. Sick. Yeah, man. If you need help with carving up on that day as well, man, don't forget to shoot us a message. Try to get you up.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Sweet. Anyone else have any good, really cool wins? Everybody is basically muted this week.
I'm trying to keep my dog from squeaking his toy. Sorry.
Nah, you're good. What up, Ant?
I was gonna say same old with me. So
yeah, well, look, that is a win in itself. To be honest with you, being consistent, doing what you need to do. Okay, well, look, we'll just get started. Let me just share this screen here. Where am I? Okay, is that the right way to share it? Okay. I think this is the right way. Can you guys see that clearly?
yeah,
Cool.
Yes.
yeah, we can.
Beautiful. All right. So what I'll do is I'll do a quick summary, I guess, in the last one. So figuring out how to get to bed quicker. Like I said, I run the stopwatch thing multiple times until I kind of really understand my situation. Luckily for me, most of my stuff, like I usually do all my prep in one day. So like I'm not really prepping the night before to have food ready and everything. I guess the benefit is I work from home most of the time. So I just have to have the food in the fridge and I just have to walk into the kitchen. But for everyone else, you should be timing, how long it also takes you to get the food into your certain containers and everything. So you build this really good timely routine. Like Dale, yes, I know you're getting to bed early, but having that consistency and routine to know, like, okay, I know that by this time I have to be in bed because it takes me this amount of time to do all the things that I need to do. You probably already kind of know that as well. Like, you kind of have a estimate of like, oh, it takes me 30 to 30 minutes to get all of this done. But when you actually know 100% that that's how long it takes, there's no kind of gap in between to be like, oh, no, I can stay up a bit, 10 more minutes, a little bit more to do this or watch this show for 10 more minutes. When that first alarm rings for you to get ready to go to bed, that's your last time that you can really do that action. Right. And we do this because we really want to turn off any distractions that don't contribute to us getting to bed. So, that's TikTok, Instagram Reels, Shorts, binge watching just one more episode, late night gaming because you feel like you didn't get time throughout the day, even replying to work messages, like that can wait for the morning when you do have to get up early anyways, right? Crazy things that for some reason, when I spoke to clients before, some of them, for some reason, wanted to start doing laundry and stuff at night too. I'm like, yeah, I get it. Like, you don't have time throughout the week, but try to just pick a day in the middle of the day to do it or weekend. As well as if anyone is training, close to night, so like any time after 4 p.m., be smart and don't drink caffeine because it will 100% affect your sleep. If you've done it enough times where you know how much your threshold is of caffeine, then by all means go for it. But majority of the times, caffeine has a 12-hour life. So by 6 hours, half of the caffeine is still in your system and the other 6 hours is when it leaves. So unless you're drinking and planning it at noon and you're sleeping at 10 o'clock, it's going to be in your system. All right. Some people digest it better than others, but majority of the times, just even having a small amount of caffeine, like 40 milligrams, can keep you up. Okay. Another one me and Anthony spoke about is when you have a full work day and you get home and you eat and you get tired, do not nap. Do not nap close to your sleeping time because you're basically rewiring your brain to your natural circadian rhythm to be like, oh, my body clock is telling me like I need to sleep, and then you have a sleep, and then it's nighttime, and your body's like, we just slept, like we're not going to sleep again. We're good to go. We've had our fix, right? So doing that will really rewire your brain not into the, I guess, a different mode.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Number one as well, and I spoke to Anthony about this as well. Let's see what Jan said. Have you been drinking that though, like right before training or something, or Jan? Or do you just? Oh, that's fine, dude. So we're talking close to night when you have to sleep. Caffeine daily recommended amount is actually 400 milligrams anyway. So you can actually consume up to that throughout the day. So it's more of a concern of like, are you having 400 right before bed? Like, yeah. A few other things is like, I spoke to Anthony, was like, I actually told my partner, I'm like, when I start going to sleep, like literally don't try to spark up a conversation with me. Because my general thing is like I will start to think about whatever question you ask. So if you're someone that's an overthinker or you're someone that gets heavily invested in conversations, just cap it off. Just say, look, ask me tomorrow, or write it down to ask me tomorrow, because I know if you ask me one thing, like, what are we eating tomorrow? And it's like 10:30, like, I would actually start planning it in my head. And then that, and it happens because, yeah, it's just, all it takes is a question, right? And that also goes with like anything you find that's like going to emote some form of emotion, whether it's like something like arguing, something like, oh, what do you think about this? It will kind of make your brain turn on again, right? That I find also, like, a lot of people are watching shows before they sleep. Don't watch anything like super intense. Like, don't watch John Wick or something if you're about to sleep, like, or don't watch a horror or something, because it's going to kind of race your heart up. It's going to speed up your brain, it's going to be intense. So yeah, those are a few tips that I wanted to just touch on before we go into the next topic, which was falling asleep, right? So falling asleep, we can split this up into a few things. What can we do before bed, and what can we do while we're in bed? So what we can do before bed. So basically, number one that I think is, throughout the day, I know it sounds stupid, but throughout the day, you should be progressively trying to do everything that you possibly can. There shouldn't be a time where you're like, I should rest, because rest is for sleep, right? So work as hard as possible during the day, right? That's going to ensure, number one, you're physically tired, but then you're also mentally drained, right? Second thing is, sorry?
Sorry, I just sneezed. My bad.
You're good.
Bless you.
Thank
Bless
you.
you, my man. Second thing is, you don't want to be tired during the day and then wired during the night. This is what's going to build this endless cycle of you not being able to sleep. So these are a few things that I've recommended, and I've also used myself to help assist in falling asleep quicker or easier, I would say. First one is the easiest, is just supplementation, right? So we spoke about this 2 weeks ago as well. First supplement would be magnesium, right? It helps your muscles relax. It helps your nervous system relax, right? Second, I wouldn't even go second. Actually, let me go back. Magnesium. So helps you relax. We discussed this, that 70% of people are actually low in magnesium. It's also part of like 1,000 different biomechanics that happen in your body as well. So having a regulated amount of magnesium can cause your body to stress more, not operate in its normal flow. Okay, so when levels are more balanced, your body's able to shift out of that wired mode to like that sleeping rest mode. Yeah. Another kind of new one that people are going through and using is ashwagandha. So is anyone using ashwagandha here?
I've heard of it.
Yeah. So ashwagandha is a pretty cool one. I use it as well, but ashwagandha is something you want to cycle on and off on. So maybe like 4-week cycles, only because it does a lot of things, but the main thing that ashwagandha does is it helps lower your cortisol, right? And we know that cortisol is your stress hormone, right? So obviously if you're trying to sleep and your brain is on and it's nighttime, you kind of want to bring that down so your body kind of goes, oh, I'm relaxed, I should be able to sleep. So it's not seen as a sedative, right? It's not a sedative, but it does reduce any mental tension or anything that would prevent you from sleeping. And the reason why I say you should cycle for it is because cortisol is not bad for you. You actually do need cortisol at certain parts of the day. It helps with your digestion, helps with you getting up, a lot of things, right? So that's why you want to cycle off it, because if you just keep doing it, it's going to reduce your body's response timing on when it's supposed to happen. So for example, cortisol, you need it to wake up in the morning, right? If you didn't have cortisol, you'd actually just stay in bed most of the day. It's quite hard for you. So if you keep supplementing cortisol, that timing of you getting up is going to be slower and slower and slower. So I'd say start supplementing ashwagandha in, like, I guess, levels of your life when you know you're going to be busy and stress will be high. So for example, Dale, you got like a pretty busy season coming, like a couple of weeks. It'd be pretty good to supplement it and then come off it when you're back to normal. Okay. And then we have melatonin. I think this is a lot more popular than ashwagandha as well. Melatonin, our natural sleep hormone. We release it when it gets dark. It's basically a signal to our brain to say that it's nighttime. It's time for us to sleep. And I mentioned this before, but in the time and age that we are now, there is a shit ton of screen lights, you know. We've got bright lights normally. We have TV screens, we have phones, we have iPads, we have everything. So that blue light that gets emitted, it kind of throws off our body's natural mechanism of melatonin release, right? So we want to make sure, if we are someone that does use a lot of technology for our work, or we're using it towards the end of the night, that we have a buffer of maybe an hour to two before bed without using it. And if that's not possible, then supplementing in a melatonin gummy, a melatonin capsule, melatonin drink can help us shift our body back into that internal clock. Okay.
Can I ask a question
simple.
about magnesium?
Yes, go for it.
So I sent Coach Taylor my magnesium I'm taking, and she had mentioned that, so I guess there's different types of magnesium. So she was saying the one I was taking is supposed to help with digestion, and I was like, really?
Is it
I was
citrate?
like, yes.
Yeah, that helps with cramping and digestion.
So does it matter if I'm taking citrate or like a different?
Yes,
Or
100%. Yeah, 100%. It's like saying, like, for example, we all have cars, right?
Mhm.
But not every single tire is the same. We can't put a, I don't know, like a big car's tire on a small car. Well, you probably can, but yeah, you know what I mean? So you want to fit it. This was actually in my supplement slides from 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you remember, Dale, when we went through it.
Well, I did, but I didn't realize there were different types of magnesium. We
Yeah,
just talked
there's-
about magnesium as kind of I think, but I don't remember there was different types. So
Let me pull it up, because I did mention the different types. Just maybe we missed it. Let me see here. Yeah, so we went through it. Like, the citrate is the one for the cramping, because I do remember it now that you were talking about your calves cramping before you started supplementing it, correct? Yeah, so what you want to look for, the one that helps with sleep, it's called magnesium glycinate.
Glycinate, okay.
And I'll send it in the chat for us. Okay, so anything from around 420 to 500 milligrams would be a good serving of that one, Dale.
Okay. So then, okay, while we're on that subject, so if I take the citrate,
Yes.
and then if I take the glycinate at night, is that too much magnesium, or am I okay?
They're two separate things. It's
Okay.
two separate things. Yeah. And you can take them both together if you wanted. I would actually recommend, if you want, to just take a complex. There's a few companies that do a mixture of all of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
But even with these supplements as well, guys, what I would recommend, so you got magnesium, relaxes the body, ashwagandha relaxes the mind, melatonin tells your brain it's time to sleep, right? Even with all of these, if you're someone that is trying them, try them one at a time, right? So start with magnesium, then go to ashwagandha, then go to melatonin. Don't just throw all of them into your nightly routine. So doing that one at a time, you're able to distinguish what supplements are doing what, right? kind of like a trial and error and elimination process. Okay, cool. Where do I go? Second. Oh yeah, here we go, guys. Those are the. If you want to take a photo of that, write it down. Also, with a lot of the supplements, guys, I also work in the supplement industry as well. Big thing with supplement companies, always try to buy a supplement that's third-party tested, okay? Right, it might cost you a couple dollars more, but at least you know that the company that's selling it isn't the one that's telling you that it's pure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just see. Okay, cool. Everyone got that down? Cool. Second one,
Is there,
guys, that help. Yep.
Sorry, Steven. Is there a label I should look for to show this third-party tested? Because
Well,
I started
Australia
using
usually
these
has.
minerals that say they're made in the USA, but can't really find much about them online other than just the website.
Let me suss it out for you. Usually, if it's third-party tested, they'll actually list the company or they'll list the university that does the testing.
Okay, I do see it right here. It says
Does it say?
third-party lab tested.
There you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I think I just searched it up as well. For the US, it'll either say yes, like it's third-party tested, or have like a NSF certified by sports, which tests every batch for any substances.
Okay. And in regards to the magnesium, the percent,
Yes.
the amount you take, is that just for bed, or is that a daily dose that you want to take for muscle building? Because the supplements I'm taking only gives you 140 milligrams.
140 milligrams of which one, Seth?
It says serving size 2 capsules, and it says magnesium 140 milligrams per serving, and it's 2 capsules per serving.
Well, what magnesium is it? It should say.
Oh, magnesium glycinate.
Glycinate?
Glycinate, yeah.
Yeah, so then, like, if it's saying that 2 capsules is 1 serving and it's only how much? 100 and what?
140 milligrams.
Yeah, 140. Take 4, man.
Okay, so I just doubled the
Yeah.
dosage then.
Yeah, because, 120 for 2, for 4 will be 280. At least you'll be hitting the benchmark around 300.
Okay, and you said that's just a general what you want to take it daily, or is that just for bed?
If your one is a so for glycinate, that's for bed. Yeah.
Okay, but I should be taking it about 300 to 400 daily, regardless, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I need to double up.
Yeah. So 4 servings of 4 caps, 2 servings. Right. Any other questions about supplementations prior to bed? No?
Oh yeah, quick question. Since we're on the topic, sorry. In regards to the magnesium, is it important to take it right before bed, or what if you take it like 3 hours before bed, that kind of thing, like after a meal, like after dinner? Does that matter?
So not yes and no. Like if you're having it after a meal, you got to think like your body's kind of going through the process stage of breaking down that food too, right? So it's probably gonna hit you later anyways if you're gonna have it with food. But ideally, like the magnesium glycinate, it's maybe like 30 to 40 minutes before bed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Ideally, you can have a lot of your sleeping subs like right next to your bed, like in like a drawer or whatever, because give or take, by the time you hit bed, you're gonna give yourself that grace period of 30 minutes anyways to try to get to sleep. Does that answer your question, Seth?
Yeah, appreciate it, man. I wasn't sure if it mattered or not.
Yeah, 100%. Dosage 100% matters. So even with like ashwagandha, if you use too low of it, you will notice nothing.
Dang it. I've been taking 2 capsules a day because that's what it says. Damn it.
Yeah. The serving size is on like most of the labels, like it's for general population. So it's like it might not answer to someone that's training, or might not answer to someone that's 80 years old. Like, you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt and then look it up depending on your age bracket and what you're doing. So like,
Yeah,
for
because when they
example, a big
advertise
one-
it, they kind of like say like, "Oh, this is supposed to make you feel better every day" or whatever, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, I'm guessing
Yeah,
that's
like a
average.
big one is like fish oil. If you ever look at like a fish oil like serving, it'll say like, take 2 for bone health, take 4 for immunity. Like, it'll go through brackets of it as well. But ideally, you always want to just search up or ask your coach how much you should be taking.
Okay, so I'll just double up on the dosage. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Next one would be eating before bed, right? You want to have a smaller meal if possible prior to bed, and it goes off what I just said with Seth. Like, after you eat, like, your body needs to process that meal, right? So it's like thinking like, oh, like you just ate, like your body's gonna switch on some resources, some digestive process to be like, oh, we need to break down this food. So when that's happening, guess what's not happening? Your body getting ready to sleep, right? So for example, I think I gave this example last week, but let's just say we all work in fast food. We're working in the food industry. We just cleaned up, the fryer. We wiped down the tables. We emptied out the oil, and a massive crew rocks up and says like, "Hey man, we want to grab like 30 family meals." And we're like, "Oh shit," you know what I mean? And your boss just walked in, right? And he's like, "We got to do it," right? So if it's closing time, right, and then you've already cleaned up everything, ready for the morning crew, and you have to re-cook, you're basically double handling everything. So you're like, shit, we just cleaned this, and this. Now we have to clean it again after we cook it. So that's basically what you're doing to your body, right? It's nighttime. Your body knows it's nighttime. You're supposed to be sleeping. Bang, you get a surprise that, oh shit, I got to digest like 40% of my calories because I kept everything too late. I didn't have time throughout the day to eat, right? So it's a big surprise. And what that does, like, it turns on these, I think they're called parasympathetic nerves or something like that. Can't fully remember, but it basically tells your body to like, oh shit, we have a shit ton of food. We got to break it down. We need to use our resources and energy. So when that's happening, it's very hard to sleep, right? It's very hard internally for your body to actually go to rest, right? So another few things with that as well is like, when you are going to sleep, you want to reduce trans fats, so like fried foods, artificial sugars, chocolate, candy, sweets as well. I think that's a no-brainer. Okay. Any questions on that one? Did that make sense? My analogy, by the way, I didn't even ask if that made sense.
I just got
It does.
PTSD.
What was that?
That makes total sense. I forgot not to do some of those things like eat candy and stuff.
Yeah, sweet. And then last one, this is kind of a hit or miss, to be honest. So you want to kind of situate your final meal to be around 15 to 20% of your total daily calories, right? That will ensure that the meal is pretty small.
I'm just the opposite, unfortunately.
Yeah, but you did that for one time, right?
No, I've been doing my dinner has always been my biggest meal of the day because I don't have time during the day.
But how big is it?
It's like 600 something calories, 700.
600, and your daily calories is what, like 1800?
2000.
2000. Okay, yeah, it's quite large. I would recommend reducing the dinner down, asking coach to reduce the dinner down, and then I'll go through a few tips that I have as well, but I would start maybe preparing food that you can eat while you're driving, like commuting and stuff like that, because then that will break down your calories for how much you have to digest later at night.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one thing that helps me. I don't know the science behind it, but having a really hot shower helps me like relax and helps me sleep. So I think right? Having a hot shower, when you come out of the shower, because your body has been exposed to a certain amount of heat, it's going to use mechanisms to try to cool you down fast, right? So that's going to drop your temperature. I know that when temperature drops and you're cold, usually your body knows it's time to sleep. You know, relaxing your muscles, relaxing your nervous system. Don't quote me on that one. That one's just
No, it's
me
it's
thing.
true. It opens
Oh,
up your
cool.
it opens up your vasculature. So
Oh yeah. All of that stuff,
So-
guys.
yeah, so your blood flows a lot easier, which is going to cool you down. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and you were right with the parasympathetic nerves. Those are your resting.
I heard it
nerves.
one time, just didn't know. Yeah, should search it up. But yeah, I knew I butchered the whole word of it, but I knew I was right somewhere in there.
You got it, man. You got it, man.
But yeah, those are 3 tips that you can do before bed, right? And then, you know, to fall asleep in bed, there are a few things that we can go through as well. So first one is turn off all the lights. And I'm talking like turn off all lights, even if there's stuff charging and there's a light emitting from it. It only takes a small amount of light for your brain to turn back on. And I know it sounds stupid, but trust me, try to turn off all the lights. See you later on. Take care, brother. Your brain can pick it up very quick, right? So this includes like if you live in a neighborhood that always cars are driving past and their headlights are on, the sun that peeks through your window, or if there's like street lights that reflect from window to window into your window, these all affect you, right? Very quick, easy way that I find helps is just get blackout curtains, right? If you can get blackout curtains, that will help a lot. If you cannot find blackout curtains, very easy. Other fix would be to actually just get an eye mask. The only difference, I've tried eye mask. I don't particularly like it because it feels like someone's put their hand on my head when I'm trying to sleep. It's comfortability wise, I don't like it, so I opted for blackout curtains, but it is going to be a little bit more pricey. Right. Second one is, I think we all know this as well, put your phone away, right? When we say put our phone away, does anyone actually put it away far, or do they put it just next to them, like turned down? Right.
I put it. I hook it up to the charger and I set it in my nightstand drawer and then close that.
Yeah.
Same with
is that
my
in?
watch.
But is that in like arm's reach?
I mean, I have a king size bed. It's a pretty long reach.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, all I'm saying is you want to make it like have the likelihood of you creating tension in between of you if you wanted to go and check. So if you did want to go and check, you kind of have to roll all the way to the other side of the bed to check, right? So that does reduce the likeliness of you checking it and using it, right? Secondary thing I would say as well with that is if your phone is somewhat far away, when the alarm goes off in the morning, it forces you to actually get up and turn it off instead of putting it on snooze.
My deaf ass can't hear it when it's far away.
We need to hook it up to a Bluetooth speaker for you, like have it ready to blow up.
Like an air horn. Yeah.
Yeah. Put your phone away. And then one that I struggle with, but I know it helps me, is like reading something. I tried reading, man, like words with me they just don't work. Like I can't picture a book, like I just can't do it. So I started reading like mangas and stuff that usually help me, but biggest one is like the book that you're reading, it can't be something that you're so interested in, because if you're super interested in, like you would actually keep you up with reading the book. So it's got to be something almost like boring to you, so you kind of
like Einstein's theory on relativity or some shit like that.
Look, honestly, you can put the recordings of me talking and you guys will fall asleep in a second. Boom. You know what I mean? But yeah, try to play something where it's like you've listened to it either 100 times or you've read it 100 times. You find that it's pretty boring, right? I think that's all I had on this slide.
One thing that helps with the phone is I put on a do not disturb. I don't know if everyone's phone could do it, but I can set a do not disturb time frame on my phone that kicks in at like 10 o'clock or whatever, and doesn't come
Yes.
back on, and then it turns off at like 7 a.m. when I get up or so. So no,
Yeah,
if
very good tip.
you're getting a lot of notifications and stuff, it'll wake you up and make you want to check your phone. That's something that'll
Yeah.
probably help too.
Yeah, very good tip, actually. Yeah, very good tip. And then read a book. Yep, timed that one wrong. This one I think is for Dale.
Yep.
Says it pees a lot. So to stay asleep, I find that there's 3 reasons basically on why people even get up, right? First one is they have to pee, right? So it's water retention. So I think it's probably because you're eating a shit ton at night, which will require you to also drink a lot of water to kind of get the food down or whatever, right? Is that right to say?
I drink a lot of water throughout the day because I'm trying to hit my 3-liter situation. So
Yeah.
And because I'm doing
Yeah,
creatine, that's also in my mind, like, oh, I better make sure I have all my water. That's depleting the purpose of all that other stuff too. So, but
Yeah, but if you're having majority of your water, is it spaced out or are you having a lot at once? Because even 3 liters, 3 liters to me is not a lot, but you should be able to expend a lot of water by pissing throughout the day. It depends on how close you're drinking liquids in general before bed.
like at work, I'm booked so tight. Food and here's the issue. I'm lucky if I get to go to the bathroom. I'm lucky if I get to eat, and I'm lucky if I get to drink.
Yeah, but let's be completely honest. If you said to a client, sorry, I just need to quickly use the restroom, are they going to get mad at you?
No, but then again, if I'm like, and I am booked that tight that if a lot of times my clients are like 5, 10, 15 minutes late, and that's what fucks me up. It's not me, it's everybody else's not respecting my time is ultimately what it is.
Yeah, but even then, right, during that time when they're late, why can't you go toilet then?
Because I'm working on someone before them, because that other someone was late
That
before
other
them
person.
as well.
Gotcha.
It's like a domino effect. Like if one person's
Yeah.
late, I'm late the whole fucking day.
Yeah, look, let's be completely honest. If you're late the whole day, what's the issue of being a little bit more late when you have to pee?
Because I do the color work for my boss, and I don't want my boss to be late because someone else. And ultimately, it's not my fault, but like that's just my ingrained thing at work is don't be fucking late. Especially if my schedule intersects with someone else's schedule.
No, I feel you. But at the end of the day, the only person that suffers is you.
And from a medical perspective, you're about to open the door to yourself to UTIs as you get older by doing that shit. Respect your body, take the bathroom break.
Yeah,
Well, on top of that, we only have 2, so it's always a fucking line for the bathroom too. So it's usually like when I go check, someone's already in there, and I come back later.
Yeah. Look, end of the day, I'm just trying to find ways to optimize. I'm not trying to, make you do something. But end of the day, like you want to take that. Like, I would switch up from my boss getting a little bit angry at me because I'm using the toilet than me getting fragmented sleep because your mood's gonna be shit at work anyways.
Okay.
Right. So a few things that you can do to help with your pee is actually. It's kind of weird, but it's actually to drink some form of sodium prior to sleep as well. This is what I found helped. I don't know the science as well, but basically what we can do is I don't think you have a peeing problem. I think you just have a water retention problem. So there's probably too much fluid. You haven't had time to actually get it out. The easiest way I would say is prior to sleep, having a small sip of like a sugar-free like sports drink with like salt or sodium in it. Will actually allow you to absorb it, and then because the sodium intake will come in and allow you to absorb, it will limit the amount of fluid that you drink in general, right? So you can kind of pee it out. That's what I found helped. I don't know the science, like I said, but I tried it with a few people, and it kind of works. Yeah, so give that a shot if you want to.
So if my electrolytes are salt-based, is that okay then?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Is there science behind that one, Augustus, or is that something I need peer reviewed?
No. It's a little wig whammy. If you drink too much of it, it's gonna make you pee more, right?
I said a sip.
Yeah.
Sip.
So a sip is good though. Yeah, that'll definitely mellow out the absorption of water. It takes it longer to get filtered through the kidneys, which is why you have less pee in the morning when you do that.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Cool. Another reason that people wake up is it's too loud. Very easy fix that I found as well is just get silicone earplugs. I think Augustus, you mentioned as well, like you do wake up a few times or something. Living in the city or something. I remember.
No. I said I need that background noise that helps me fall asleep.
Okay.
living in the
Very
street.
similar, I guess. Like if a form of white noise, you can block out noise as well. I tried and like silicone earplugs. It's not like the earplugs that you use at like a construction site. Like those are pretty shit. Like silicone earplugs, they kind of mold into your ear and they fit very nicely. They're pretty comfortable. I found the ones that I bought was like $10, and it blocks out like I'd say like 80 to 90% of like noise. It's pretty comfortable. It's not like a headset or anything. It just goes in the ear. So it's kind of like that. Kind of looks like that. Yeah. And the last one is it can get super hot. So if you're someone that's an uncomfortable sleeper from temperature, this can 100% wake you up. Right. Recommend getting some form of a fan, portable aircon, or regulate that room temp. I believe for you guys use Fahrenheit, right?
Yeah.
So optimal temperature for sleeping is 65 to 72. Right. For anyone that's Australian, it's 18 to 22 degrees Celsius. Biggest barrier for this one is people are like, oh, it costs a lot. I would trade up any amount of money to get really good sleep than to pay that electricity bill. Like for 100%, trade that up every time. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I should ask. Did that all make sense on what we can do to stay asleep, or did we need to kind of go through that? Everyone's all right? Cool. So then we're up to when. So when we wake up, what should we do? So when we get up, if we are usually motivated to our goals and have a strong discipline on why we're doing all of this, you will naturally get up pretty good. But if not, first thing you should actually do when you get up is drink water. I think a lot of people underestimate how much dehydration happens when you're sleeping. I think it's quite a lot. It's like let's hope for 7, but 7 to 9 hours of you resting, your body's using quite a bit of energy as well, so you will probably be dehydrated. And if you're someone that's always in a rush in the morning, you generally don't drink water, you drink coffee, and that's just gonna make it worse, make you more dehydrated, right? So drink a cup of water, 2 cups. Bonus if you can actually fit in electrolytes in that as well, and then go pee. Pee, log your weight like you're normally supposed to do anyways, right? Number one is get some sun. Don't have to do that one, but getting some sun is pretty good. And then eat. This routine should take you maximum 15 minutes. But it allows you to get everything in order in that morning, so you're saving time. Same thing as when we're tracking our timing for sleep. We're tracking what we do in the morning to make time effective, right? Big one is 5:10. Big one is during all of this, and this is case to case depending on your job. We want to reduce the amount of phone use as possible. Right, depending on your job, if you're someone that wakes up and you do have to read stuff. So, for example, me, I have to read all like the messages and stuff. You just want to reduce it as much as possible, right? Doing this will improve your focus, your energy, even your mood, right? Like, the reason I say this is like in the morning, you're mostly prone for dopamine spikes, right? So, checking your phone for some form of social media dopamine hit kind of puts you in a loop of reward. So same thing, if you jump on social media and you see something that turns you off, your mood can be affected by that as well. Yeah, basically that. And then the last one I had was there's going to be certain circumstances for us to optimize our sleep, like someone that works late, someone that has inconsistent bedtimes because of their work, and then just overthinking in general, right? So if you're working late, it's usually because of your job, or you're actually the sole business owner and you don't know when to stop working, right? So let's just say it's your job, right? And you have this job, it either runs late because of the shift, or you have a very long commute home, which then delays all of your tasks, which ultimately makes your bedtime later. So the only thing that we can pull leverage from, honestly, is going to be your commute, right? So I think what was his name? I totally forgot his name, but it was in the call last week. He had a really cool microphone set up, and he had a shaved head. Can't remember his name.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name? Rich? Was it Rich? Maybe.
Rich, I think.
Yeah.
He had
Rich?
super sick microphone.
Yeah. So he said like he can't fit all his food in because he's always working and he works late, and then he goes home and he eats all his food. So I basically kind of skipped ahead and I said, look, you have to eat in your commute. That's the biggest place that you're going to have leverage. He said he commutes for about like 45 to an hour, right? So if you don't have time to eat when you get home, eat when you're driving, right? Don't go crazy and have like a whole, meal and like no hands on the steering wheel kind of thing. But eat, there's going to be foods that we call them portable foods, right? You can eat this while driving and it's completely safe. So what I would recommend is portable foods, right? So we got shakes, nuts, protein bars, fruit, sandwiches, jerky, wraps, boiled eggs, granola, yogurt pouches. Oops. Those are all pretty decently easy, effective foods that you can eat while driving, and you can make a pretty solid macronutrient dense meal from that. So let's just say a normal meal of yours is 500, 600 calories. Like you can make that pretty easy. Like off the top of my head, if I wanted 40 grams of protein, I'd have two protein bars and some fruit, right? Tick off my protein, tick off my carbohydrates, kept my fats low towards the end of the night. Like you just have to be able to pre-plan and understand that, your lifestyle, you can control it by these metrics too. It doesn't have to. So even driving to work, if you're someone that is in a rush in the morning, have something while driving too. You're going to be sitting in traffic anyways, right? So that is a pretty big one. And I find that that's probably the only place you're going to have leverage, right? So, working a lot, big one. So let's just say your commute is 2 hours, then you have to go home, you do 4 hours of chores, it's training, cooking, taking care of the family, kids and all that. By the time you finish, right, that all ends up being around 18 hours, right? It really only leaves you 6 hours for sleep, which isn't what we're talking about here. It's not ideal, right? We're already setting ourselves up for failure, having it set up as 6 hours. So like I said, we need to look at the greatest point of leverage, and that's going to be this area here, right? So, sorry, we've already calculated the commute. It's going to be your next area would be the working area, right? You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I looked this up, right? The average American spends in a 9 to 5 hours of productive work, right? I don't know how right that is, but I searched it up. It's 5 hours of productive work. That means in an 8-hour shift, they have 3 hours that they're not being super productive or on what they need to do. So in those 3 hours, would it be too much of a stretch to say, eat as much food as you're required to in that term to hit your goals? Anyone? No?
Oh, I straight up do that at the hospital. Like I pass my
Why
meds
not?
and
Yeah.
Oh, this patient's
Yeah.
sleeping. Oh, this patient's going down to the, get CT or MRI. I'm like, poo, I need.
Yeah.
Or I
But
eat
think
when
about
they
it
eat.
when you do that, Augustus. Like, how much time do you actually use when you're just pounding food down? Like, you're getting it through, like maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah. So basically like thinking in my head like that's the greatest point of leverage because you can't change your commute. You can't just buy a jet and turn your commute from 2 hours to 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many, like, you can't fix that one. Your chores, you can't, like, they're set chores. Like, you need to take the kids, you need to make like, these are things that, you can optimize the time as little as possible, but you actually have to put time to those tasks, right? But this area here while you're working, I would say it's not unreasonable for you to eat all of your food at work and not have food when you get home so you can focus on sleep. Is that unreasonable, you reckon, or?
After 1 week, I think it was like my third like sirloin week. Coach Taylor switched around my meals because I told her I was like, it's too heavy of a meal at night, and we switched to just lighter foods at night now, and I've been getting way better sleep and seeing better progress.
That's good. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. So just don't be afraid to obviously communicate to your coaches and stuff on where you like how you feel too. That's only going to help us.
Yeah.
Right. Inconsistent bedtimes. So what do we think is consistency? I think it's the repetition of similar actions over time without quitting. Right. So the reason why I say similar and I highlighted it is because every day is not going to be exactly the same, right? You might have different meals, different timings of meals, different workouts, different lengths of workouts, different sleep times. But ideally, you want to have something that's similar in action for you to incrementally get better at doing something. In this case, improving your goals towards sleep and your overall composition and health goals, right? So the closer you become to those goals, the better you'll be. So never going to be the same, but if you're doing similar things that work towards your goal without actually quitting, I would call you someone that's being consistent, right? So it's always going to go up and down, but as long as that trend is completely up, you're good to go and you're becoming someone that's consistent. Okay. I think we've got a couple minutes before this call goes, so I'll try to get everything through. I think I've got like 2 more slides, and I'll send this to you guys as well. Biggest one is for your alarm. This is kind of like the blueprint I went through. So the alarm, your stopwatch, bedtime. So when your alarm, you set it to that timing that we made, so you know, like, oh shit, I literally have to stop what I'm doing and get ready for bed, right? So start the stopwatch. We know now that running that stopwatch task, we know how long it takes on average to get tasks done, and we know how long each task takes for us to get to bed. We keep doing this, we're only going to refine the process of getting to bed. And then when we know through the average that, it takes 40 minutes to get to bed and everything, we want to get to bed at 10 p.m., we need to start everything at the latest 40 minutes. We need to start everything at the latest at 9:20. Right? It just gives you a really, really good structure to understand, like, I can't push it any later than 9:20. It's kind of like that alarm, once it goes off, you're like, things should start ringing in your head, like, fuck, if I want to get good sleep and I want to be motivated and my mood is for the next day, I have to start. Okay? I can try to speed up one of the tasks in here, but I know averagely, even without, skipping things, it takes me 40 minutes, right? And eventually you'll get better and better at doing this and knowing how long it takes. The biggest thing is that first alarm, right? Even I would like to say, even if you're in a social setting, or whatever, like, that alarm rings, you're like, okay, cool, time to pack it up. I need to get home. And the biggest one that I still struggle with, so I'm not perfect as well, is like just overthinking in general. It's just really hard to like not think. I think so. And I'm not talking like if you're someone that's suffering like anxiety or something like that. I'm talking about like if you're thinking about a task that needs to be done for like tomorrow, or a task that you didn't complete throughout the day because you fell asleep and you had a nap or you procrastinated. This is kind of the metrics that I would follow. And it sounds stupid and counterintuitive, but I would actually just go and finish that work, right? For that night in itself, it's going to sound stupid because you're like, oh, I'm supposed to get sleep, but I'm staying up to work. Yes, but what you're going to do, so you have 2 options. You work it off, or you actually go to sleep, and you sedate yourself to go to sleep by taking, ashwagandha, melatonin, and forcing yourself to sleep, right? If not, you can kind of work, and it builds off this really weird kind of loop where it's like you work later than you are supposed to, so then you're more tired for the next day, so you can in turn actually get better sleep. So you work, you get more tired, and the next day you go to sleep. End of the day, if you do something that helps you relax and get to bed that I didn't mention, still do that. But whatever allows you to go to bed the most,